This U.S. Open update is brought to you by Mountain Land Supply, Zions Bank, Black Desert Resort, Hoops Vision, and Siegfried and Jensen. And now, Real Golf Radio's Bob Casper.
Hans Olsen, Scott Gerard, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. It's time to talk a little golf. It is the U.S. Open coming up this week. And joining us now, one of our favorites. Does he know about the Revenge Tour?
He does not.
Bob, your good name has been maybe a bit disparaged over the last week or so. I don't know if you've heard, but this is the summer of the Bob Casper Revenge Tour, where.
Okay.
So we realized that we have given you a lot of victories over the last several years, and so there will be a golf rematch where Hans, myself, and Lloyd will do a best ball against you and try to be a little bit more competitive in that regard because you kicked our butts. And then we're doing Rib Off 2.0.
Okay.
It's going to be the Bob Casper Redemption Tour. And when Scotty, Lloyd, and I put our best into a best ball against you and got whooped, we've been stewing on this. What's that? Was that been 3 years ago?
Oh, it's been like, I think it was pre-COVID.
It's
like 6 or 7 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was pre-COVID?
Yeah.
So we've let Bob sit on this?
Yeah, Bob's had almost a decade to but I don't even think Bob remembers it. He's like, that's Tuesday for Bob.
Man.
Was it even close? Was it even close?
I think it was like close. 4 or 5 strokes.
We're coming for you, Bob. Scotty's in great shape, and he's taking swing lessons, and I am getting back into golf. And Lloyd, he's fresh off his shoulder surgery, and he got rid of his kidney stones and his drinking problem, and we are going to be ready.
Okay, you're going too far.
He hasn't taken a dip since 8 a.m. this morning.
And we're not talking about a pool, Bob. We're not talking about a pool.
Maybe is that somewhere in Denmark?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do it, Bob. How are things going? How are we looking on this U.S. Open?
Oh man, it's going to be tough. It's going to be really, really tough. We're going to see car wrecks all over the place.
Wow.
I mean, the course is not playing overly long. Okay, for U.S. Open standards, I mean, at Torrey Pines it was over 7,800 yards. This is going to be 7,300. And it's only playing about 150 yards longer than it did the last time they played here in 2016. So they haven't stretched it out crazy or anything like that. But where they're going to have trouble is if they don't hit the fairway. If they hit it in the rough started out the beginning of the week at 5 inches, and it's going to be 6 or 6.5 by the end of the week. It's really dense and it's really thick. A ball that goes into the rough. If you can find it. Looks like it's in a nest, and where you might get a good lie and be able to advance, but for the most part, it's just wedge out into the fairway and figure out how you're going to try to make a phenomenal par or a bogey and not make a double bogey. And then the greens are smoking fast right now. We were watching guys on the putting green up by the clubhouse. The putting green at the clubhouse is on the back of the ninth green. So the ninth green goes up, and then it kind of dips down a little bit, and then the putting green connects right to it. It's pretty cool looking. But guys were putting, and if they had a 3 or 4 foot putt going kind of downhill, they could knock it by anywhere from 5 to 25 or 30 feet, depending on if the pace was too much or whatever. I mean, this is going to be really, really interesting. But, of course, you have the best players in the world that know how to get the ball in the fairway and know how to score around a golf course like this. And we're going to see some good play, no doubt about it. But we're going to see a lot of, like I said, train wrecks or car wrecks or whatever.
Well, I was listening to some interviews. Rory said that he played a practice round on Monday. Said that he shot a 7 on the par 4 number 2, I think. And then Adam Scott said on his practice round on Monday he hit every fairway he said he hit every fairway on the front 9 and still shot 3 over.
Yeah.
So
that's correct.
Yeah, that's not great, Bob.
No. It's going to be extremely tough. Now, the thing that is going for the players is that it's been the wettest May leading into June ever in the history of the U.S. Open.
Wow.
So the fairways will be very receptive. The balls won't get away from them and run, which doesn't make the USGA happy. They like the fairways to run, so that when you hit something in the fairway, it has a chance to take off and catch the slope or whatever in the fairway and run off the fairway into the first cut or even into the deep rough. So it's the fairways are going to be receptive, and then it's a matter of being able to hit the greens, and then a matter of being able to two-putt the greens. Every bit of a player's game is going to be tested this week, and the guy that wins is going to be the guy that handles it all the best.
Bob Casper joining us, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone, as we get you ready for what should be a really entertaining. Now, from your perspective, as a guy who lives and breathes this game, and it's been part of your DNA for so long, do you like it when you see a course of this magnitude beat up a bunch of dudes, or do you rather see, guys kind of carve up a course a little bit, or does it really matter to you one way or another?
Well, you don't see this type of golf course very often. This is probably the toughest course in the world, according to many. And the members here, they love it. They love that the golf course is that difficult. There's one of the guys that we've had on our show before that's a member here. He's a +1, so he's a really, really good player. And he played 3 times week before last and didn't shoot better than 83. So he's a +1 and didn't shoot better than 83. Now, when Brian and I plugged our handicaps in for this golf course to see what our handicap would be from the back tees, where they're going to be playing the championship from, Brian's a +1. I'm a 0.6 or 7, something like that. So almost a 1. Brian's a 1, not a +1, a 1. It said that my handicap and Brian's handicap on this golf course would be a 9.
Wow.
That's how difficult this golf course is.
That's incredible.
Having said that, players were asked, okay, if you took a 10 handicap, what would he shoot here? Every player said he's not going to break 100. If you took an 18 handicap, what would he shoot here? Players are saying they're not going to break 140 to 150 if they finish, because they may lose all their golf balls in the rough.
I kind of love that.
It's fun to see something like this once a year, where the guys really have to grind and not only hit great shots, but it tests all their mental capabilities, and that's what the USGA tries to do.
What is the current expected percentage for fairways hit by a tour player right now?
Well, the top guys are hitting about 70%, 70 to 75%. The last, I think, 3 or 4 winners of this event have been somewhere around there, 70 to 72. So you're going to have to hit fairways.
Well, that's not Bryson, though, right? Bryson is not a fairway hitter.
Bryson is a bomber, so he's going to have to rein it back a little bit on some of the holes to keep the ball in the fairway. And he'll figure out a way to get it around this golf course, because he does hit his irons extremely long. He's got them bumped up and that kind of thing. But, he'll be able to take the lumber out and hit driver. Like on the first hole, I expect he'll hit driver on the first hole. It's a 480-yard par 4 with the whole second half of the hole straight downhill to the green. And Bryson could drive that green if he hits it in the fairway and gets it down there. I mean, Zach Blair yesterday in his practice round, putted on that hole from 122 yards. Putted it all the way down the fairway onto the green and about 5 feet from the hole.
That's Hans. That's Hans is the king of the Texas wedge.
Yeah.
That'd be your hole right there.
That'd be my hole, Bob. I'll pull that wedge. Anywhere I'm 15 to 20 feet off the green, we're going wedge.
And this guy's going from 120.
Yeah.
You're
That's
putting
crazy.
It. You're putting
Yep.
it.
I'm putting it.
So, yep. That's good. That's
Bob
good.
Casper.
That means you can't chip very well.
That's exactly what that means.
Let's not get caught.
We don't need to identify it or define it. Let's just leave it out there.
So, I mean, look, it's Scotty Scheffler's world, and we're all just paying rent right now. Does this course lean into him at all, or is this something
100%.
that he can continue? Okay, so it could be another
100%,
Scotty weekend.
100%. Yeah, it could definitely. I mean, he's phenomenal off the tee. Hits a lot of fairways. I think he ranks 13th on the PGA Tour right now, or 11th. His proximity to the hole and the amount of greens that he hits are phenomenal. And then around the greens, his short game, bunker shots, all that kind of thing, and his putting, he ranks 20 in the top 20s in putting on the PGA Tour this year. So everything around Scotty Scheffler's game, including the 6 inches between his ears, which is where he and Tiger Woods excel in their mental capabilities on a golf course, all geared towards Scotty Scheffler this week.
What are Rory McIlroy's chances?
Oh, Hans, the last two major championships, he's had a press conference and he was asked, what now? And he goes, I have no idea. I've accomplished everything in golf I want to. And then he was asked again this week, what's your 5-year plan? And he goes, to tell you the truth, I don't have one. He's to me, he is floundering right now because he's coming off such a big win at Augusta and what it meant to him. And it took him 11, 12, 13 years to do, to accomplish that. He's just kind of relishing in what he was able to do. And he it's kind of up in the air as to what he wants to do with the rest of his career.
I mean, I guess, it's easy for us to say, well, it's still golf, you're still competing, but once you hit that milestone, I got to imagine there's probably an element of like, all right, what do I want to do now? Do I want to keep going through the grind of all of this? And he's earned that right. But for those of us out there that may have taken him in the major pain in the butt, Lloyd.
Not me. Not Scotty.
No.
But somebody.
He's going to be just fine.
No, that's not where we're looking at here.
I think
but
you're
Roy
in trouble,
basically
Lloyd.
said, I don't care what happens. If I'm in the long stuff, I'll be in the long stuff. He doesn't care.
The interesting thing is he said also in his press conference this week, he said, the effort and everything that I put into my game to sharpen it and hone it from October all the way to April to get ready for the Masters was all I could do so that I had a chance to win the Masters in April. And I accomplished that. He goes, I guess I need to kind of get back to that and start working on my game and trying to get ready for other milestones or whatever in my career. It was kind of interesting to hear him come out and say that.
What do you think the cut line will be? Sorry if I missed you saying it.
Oh my! It could be 10 over par.
What?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It could very easily be 10 over par. Yep.
Ooh, what?
Winner's gonna be anywhere between 5 over par and 5 under par, somewhere around in there.
What are the odds what are the odds that the winner? I mean, if I said, Bob, you got to go in on this, the winner is going to be over par, yes or no?
I would say more likely yes than more likely no. Especially if it stays warm. If it stays warm, it's going to be stupid. It'll be higher than Hale Irwin's 7 over par when he won at Wingfoot. So that's just the way this golf course is. But they're expecting weather on the weekend. And if that happens, then it's going to make it easier for the players to play on the weekend.
Well, Bob, I know that you're kind of down in this neck of the woods. We're at a great barbecue place in Kenny J's here in the district in South Jordan. You need to come up and check as a barbecue aficionado. You need to come by and check out this place. It's incredible.
Give it a whirl.
You know what? I'm just going to throw this out. I had the best barbecue I've ever had in my life this last week in Austin, Texas, in a little town called Lockhart, where my daughter lives. It is the barbecue capital of the world.
Yeah.
And the place I ate was at Terry Black's Barbecue. Bar none. It's the best I've ever had.
Yeah, Terry Black's is
it's legendary.
Legendary for sure. You got Franklin's down there. You got Leroy and Lewis.
Just so you know, Bob, Kenny J's is a Texas style, so he's brought all the Texas blends out here to Draper, Utah.
He ships in his post-oak just so he can make sure to have the right wood.
Bob, this guy cashed in his 401k in order to open this place. This guy put everything he's got into his dream.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
Bob,
cool.
we appreciate it, man. Looking forward to catching up with you later in the week. Should be a fun one.
Thanks, Bob.
You got it, guys. Take care.
There he is, the great Bob Casper, right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.